What is going on, my lovely Taurus squad? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, loves. So it's Monday, October 27th when I'm recording this, but whenever you guys find this reading is when it's meant for you. Now, guys, I do a collective reading. I try to do it every day for TikTok, but yeah, I do daily collectives on TikTok. If you guys want to find it, it's High Vibrations 44. But the collective one today was wild, so I'm wondering if this reading is going to resonate with it. So check it out, guys, if you are on TikTok. But let's jump into it. Now, keep in mind, loves, it could be your energy I'm picking up on, or the energy of someone or something around you. Okay. What is going on with Taurus squad? All Taurus placements, past, present, and future, starting with your past. What is going on with Taurus, starting with the past? Okay, my loves, the first card we have is the Nine of Wands reversed. Let's get two more. Okay, and that flew out. The World card reversed and the Ace of Wands reversed. What's at the bottom? The Three of Cups. So yeah, this is gonna pertain to what I read earlier for TikTok. But behind the Three of Cups is the Ten of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Like, Taurus, it was just very clear to you that you were losing so much and wasting so much time and energy with something. And I feel like you guys finally threw in the towel on something. Like, even if you weren't fully over something, you were able to just throw in the towel. Like, so you guys got to that point where you saw something and you're just like, ew, oh my God. All right. Your passion flew out the window. Your desire, what you felt towards something or someone, is just, it's out the window now. Okay, so let's see why these cards are popping up for the past. Let's break this down. Starting with the Nine of Wands reversed. Why is this Nine of Wands reversed here? Okay, I'm going to acknowledge these guys, but it's a lot of cards. So I'm going to put it back in, all right? But I will acknowledge them. We have the Nine of Cups. What is this? The Nine of Pentacles reversed. The Strength card reversed. The Page of Wands reversed. Okay, so there's something that, like, it was spreading you so thin. This is something that was wearing you out. This was something that was breaking you down, Taurus. Okay, I say this with love, guys, you know, because for anyone new, I'm a Taurus, so don't get mad ever, you know, but this is something, guys, that I'm sorry you were not at your best. You were not doing as good as you could be doing. I don't care. And if you're going to sit here and say, oh, well, I made $1 million in the last 2 days. All right, bitch, it could have been 2 mil. All right. I say that with love, guys, but there's just something, I don't care how good it was. It could have been better. Okay, and I say that with love because you guys know what we're capable of. But there's something that could have been better. But maybe you guys entertained something for a second. Maybe something from the past tried to come back in. Okay, so tell me more about this Nine of Wands reversed. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And we have the King of Pentacles reversed. Like, it feels to me, squad, that you guys, you put in, like, your last attempt at something. You put in the last bit of effort in something. Because there was some effort on your part, but it went from you trying in some way, shape, or form to saying, ugh, okay. And I make up examples here, guys, so if it's not your story, like, please release it. But this is something like, let's say someone in your family guilts you into doing something, guilts you into helping with something, or like there's just something you have to do. And let's just say you go and it's like a miserable time and like you experience a lot of hardship, and while you're at this thing doing what you need to do to help, you're telling yourself, they're never going to see me again. I'm never going to be here to help again. I'm never going to be involved with this again. So there's something that while you were actively putting some sort of effort into it, you saw something and you were like, ew, absolutely never again. Okay? And this was after some sort of effort you put. Something was just burdening, and you were upset by the truth of what you saw because you want to move forward. Like Tauruses, you've been on this sort of path for a minute now where like we're done with the bullshit. Like guys, I'm 35, but listen, most Tauruses that are around my age or older, like there hasn't just been suffering like, oh, like for the last 2 weeks. Like no, I'm talking about like Tauruses are coming out of like over a decade of suffering. Like there has been so much suffering, and Taurus is over talking about it. You guys are over trying to make people see your way. You guys are over being the bigger person. Fuck everybody, run me my check. All right? And it's time for peace. It's time for all the good shit. All right? Because you've seen people who, who are evil and doing crazy shit in this world, and it's like, their life is so much better. Or so it seems. But it's like God, it seems like, they're getting so many breaks here and there, and it's just like we're at the point where it's like fuck that. We don't feel bad for ourselves, okay, at this point. If you did, you don't anymore. You're getting to that point. Like you just want peace, you just want love, you want it in your way, and you're not gonna compromise it. All right? If something's been funny in the fucking past, that's where the fuck it's staying. In the past, so it can be ha ha he he in the past, in your past. It's not going to be in your present. All right, you guys you want the best out of life now, and Tauruses, we're getting to a point where it's not like, oh well, God, do what you see fit. Okay, it's like no, like my happiness is non-negotiable. Me being loved is non-negotiable. Me being respected, me being seen, me being supported is non-negotiable. Okay, so there's all this shit happening and you're like, nah. Okay, so you are unhappy about some sort of burden, but like you just want to move on to the good stuff in life. So that's, something happened and you're like, yeah, I'm turning my back on this for good. There's something that happened that, whether it was a person, place, thing, mindset, habit, whatever it was, Taurus, you just knew that being around that in your life was never going to get you anywhere closer to where you wanted to be. Okay, so you guys got to the point where it's like, yo, you can either entertain this, all right, and look like a clown for the next few weeks, months, years, whatever, or you can put your foot down for good and finally get that life you deserve. And we're all choosing the latter of those two. Okay, we're all done. We're all tired. A lot of us have been played with in a lot of ways, and we're not at the point where we're like, oh my God, guys, feel bad for me. No. It's get the fuck out of my face before I teach you why you're never going to get in my way ever again. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there were still things that you could have been part of or holding on to, but nah, that ain't it. We're not doing it. Okay, we got the Three of Wands. So despite whether or not you were fully over something, you turned your back. You're like, no. And with the World card reverse, it doesn't have to be you still holding on to something or still feeling feeling something towards a person, place, or thing. It could have been vice versa. It could have been, someone not trying to let you go. A boss who wanted to make you stay at a job but didn't want to offer you a raise. It could have been, that family member calling like, oh, that's fucked up. Like, why didn't you help last Friday? So there could be something that's still trying to tug at you, but you've turned your back. You're over it. You're so over it. If you guys hear snoring, my dog is sleeping right underneath my feet. Okay. We have the Knight of Wands reversed. And with this Knight of Wands reversed, I see this two ways, okay? For some of you, someone is looking at you, or people are looking at you, and they're like, wow, like, Taurus, are you thinking this out? Are you sure you want to turn your back? That's being irresponsible, even though you have genuine reason to do so. All right? For others, it's the opposite. For others, maybe you put effort into something, but you saw the true colors of a person, place, thing. Okay? And you're just like, ew, gross. All right, so you turn your back on it. You're being real with yourself. There's no need to lie. Shit is what it is. And I think that we've all gotten to that place of acceptance. Like, okay, that person didn't like you, that person moved funny, that's their thing. They got to worry about that. All right? This person said this, let it go. All right? This didn't work out. It's because it wasn't for you. Like, we're past the point of like, oh, help me. And not that a lot of us were even ever there, because Taurus is, let's face it, we fucking hate asking for help. We hate asking for help. And we're going to hate you even more if you try to use the help you gave us over us. All right? So it's like, something just had to go. Like, something completely lost anything that was appealing about it. It lost it. Why is this Ace of Wands reversed? The last card for your past. We have the Eight of Cups reversed. Okay. And we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Yeah, guys, something tried to stay in your life or come back around to your life. Okay. This was just so conflicting. All right. I think that's something, it feels like something tried to be forceful with you. Okay. An example, like, I'm pulling this example out of my ass, guys. Let's say you were dating somebody, all right? And let's say this was like 6 months ago. And let's say while you were dating them, a family member of yours invited the both of you to an event, okay? And you made it very, very clear to this person, you are no longer welcome at that event. You cannot go there. Don't fucking try it. All right? So imagine you pull up to the event. You spent all day getting ready. You have a beautiful dress or tux on, whatever. You walk in. And you see this motherfucker sitting there all dressed up like, and you're sitting here like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why the fuck are you here? All right, so there's something that you were just pushed to the point where it's like, this is fucking gross. Like, keep it moving. So it just felt like it was hard for you to shake something. And listen, Taurus, especially if y'all are new here, all right? People either fully rock with you or they don't fuck with you at all. There is no in between, okay? Either somebody doesn't fuck with you and they talk all this shit, or they don't talk about you at all, okay? Or it's just like head over heels, like, Taurus, anything you need, okay? And it's crazy, and like, I think one of the things we have to work on is finding that happy medium of like, okay, you don't dislike me, but you're also not going to cross like boundaries and like do too much, you know? But I feel like this is something that was kind of an extreme, where it's like, again, in that scenario, you look up and you see this person who has not been invited, and yet there they are talking to your family members, standing in front of you and smiling like they're doing something. And you're sitting there like, and your blood is boiling, and you're just like, how do I handle this in a way that I don't go to jail? You know what I'm saying? But something just got you like, I want to say the word disgusted. Like, you got to a point where it's like, ugh. And with the Six of Swords reversed, it's like, leave me alone. This ain't it. Leave me alone. Okay? And it's like, you're starting new, and I feel like maybe someone around you isn't happy about that. Or this could just be you coming out of a place where you weren't happy and saying you no longer accept being unhappy. So the first card for the present moment, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. High Priestess reversed. Five of Wands, Four of Cups, and we have the Temperance card. Okay. There's something you're just not accepting, Taurus. The most important card here, I know I always say it's the center card, but so far the most important card is the Temperance, because you just want peace. So you're not accepting a fight. You're not accepting a battle. Like if somebody called you right now, like, hey Taurus, I'm outside, like can we talk about this? Like, oh come on, you gotta hear my side. You're gonna be like, no, I don't. Alright? Even them getting a response saying no, I don't, like even that's too much. Like there's just something like you don't want to be around something in any way, shape, or form. There's like Taurus is past the point of fighting. Taurus is past the point of let's sit down, meet in the middle, and have an understanding. Like, no, you know who you are, you know what you did, you knew how that was going to affect Taurus. So fuck you and stay in that weird ass corner that you chose for yourself. Okay, there's something where it's like, Taurus, this is not for all of you, but for some of you, you are owed an apology that at this point, it's null and voided. Like, that apology would do nothing for you. If you were to get that apology now, you'd be like, oh, it's too fucking late. Oh my God, get out of my face. Like, it's not even no beef, but like, just get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because with the death card reverse, Taurus, I don't know what it is that's trying to hold on to you, or I don't know what it is that maybe you're really battling letting it go, because we do have addictive personalities, Taurus. So, you know, maybe this is like a habit of yours that you're fighting with. Okay, but for a lot of you, like, I feel like you're so over something, but something or someone feels you pulling away, and like, for real this time. Like, truly pulling away. Okay? And someone's like, oh no, my life is falling apart. Alright? So why is this Wheel of Fortune reversed here? We have the Five of Pentacles reversed. So guys, this is when you recover from all the damage. The Five of Pentacles reverse is that moment where you are finally crawling out of rock bottom and you're finally building. Alright? So let's say like this is where you were. Okay? Let's say this is where you were, and there's a situation that brought you here, and like you stayed here, and you kept trying to dig and dig and dig, and even when you got here, this was just still like 0.0. This is still the beginning. So even here, you didn't feel like you had much. This is the first time where Taurus is like, okay, wait, I'm not here, and I'm not fighting to get here, which is just a little tiny bit more, but still nothing. Like, I'm finally here. I'm finally climbing past this. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you guys are at right now. And you guys are moving in a way that you're going to be very honest with yourself, and you're going to do what's best for yourself. And I'm not talking about in a malicious way. Okay? I'm not talking about like, I don't know, you're going to shut down the government and not pay people their wages. Okay? I'm talking about like, you know, you're doing like, you're doing things that not only help you, but it benefits like your community, it benefits those like around you. And with the Chariot reverse, guys, it was inevitable. All right, it was inevitable for you guys to get to this point where you're finally growing. But again, there was something in your life that it just, I say this with love, Taurus, and I don't want you to be frustrated because this is in the past and you're letting it go, but I want to be real with this. Something had you in a way worse position than you needed to be. Okay. Some of you would have had the money you needed to do certain things, but being around the person, place, or thing, you didn't have it. Some of you may have lost a home or something, and it's like, yo, in reality, if you didn't have the stress of that, you probably would have still been in that home. You know what I'm saying? So like, everything does happen for a reason, but there was something in your life that had you suffering far more than you needed to. Okay. And if this is a person, guys, the karma coming for them is going to be wild, you know, especially if you went into something with a good heart. But like, there's just something that had you unnecessarily suffering, and you're not allowing that no more. We have the King of Swords. You could have been dealing with the Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, but for a lot of you, you're just taking that King of Swords stance right now, where it's like, no, I'm going to get business handled. I'm going to get shit done. Yeah, I'm, you know, willing to have conversations about certain things, but, you know, the moment that I am being, you know, what's it called? inconvenience in any way, shape, or form, like this shit is getting cut. Okay. So we have the High Priestess, which is your center card, your central energy, what everything taps into. So why is this so important? High Priestess reversed. Why is this so important? The Tower card reversed. And we have the Ace of Swords reversed. Nine of Pentacles. This is just telling me, guys, that deep down inside, you either know or always knew what you had to do to dodge bullets, to avoid more disasters. I hear Spirit saying, like, you suffered enough. For at this point, guys, and this isn't going to be for everyone. This is a general reading for Taurus. Like, if you want a private one, that's different. Okay, but I feel like for a lot of you, whatchamacallit, you know, well, no, for a lot of you, rather, whatever this thing was, if you guys still dealt with it and still suffered with it, I feel like for a lot of you, it's your personal choice from this moment on. Okay, I think that if you guys are to stay in something that's harmful, you know it's harmful at this point. Okay, this isn't going to be a surprise to you, like, you know, next Friday you wake up in tears. Like, that's not going to be a surprise to you. You knew that you would eventually be in tears with this thing. Okay, so Taurus, you're at a point, a lot of you are at a point that if you suffer from here on out, it's because you're choosing to. And again, don't get upset. I know that's not everyone's story, okay? But for a majority of you, if you continue to suffer by this, it was a choice. Deep down inside, you know that you need to emancipate yourself from whatever this was. You need to stand strong and independent. All right, guys, you need to, I say this all the time, but you need to show the universe how to treat you. Okay? If you're sitting here, for example, begging to be seen by someone, whether it's a friend, whether it's a mentor or a new love, but then you see yourself constantly going to places where you're not seen, where you're not respected, and you know that, but you still show up, that's confusing the universe. The universe is like, well, what the fuck do you want? You say you want this, but you're always around that, so I figured let me just give you that because that's what you're always around. And you're just like, no, universe, but please. And the universe is like, okay, so why are you doing this then? All right, like, don't confuse the universe, even though, you know, like, this is something where it's like you need to act accordingly, okay? You need to show the universe how to treat you, because now the universe is going to see that you're not going towards this no more. And then the universe is going to say, okay, obviously you don't fuck with this, let's go this way now, okay? Moving forward into the future, we have the Knight of Pentacles. That is our energy squad. Let's get two more. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Magician reversed and the Sun card reversed. Okay? You're moving forward and you're not wasting one other second. Okay? There's someone or something that will never have access to you again. But again, this is something that put you in a lot of instability, or had you in a lot of unstable sort of places or mindsets. All right? So I see you protecting yourself at all costs. Like, something's not going to win when it comes to you anymore. Okay, something just lost all access, or you just completely cut something out. So why is this Knight of Pentacles here? We have the Seven of Cups. And we have the Ten of Swords reversed. So yeah, Taurus, I feel like something's gonna come up to you on some bullshit, like trying to paint a beautiful picture, but you know what's up. And with the Ten of Swords, it's like the worst is past you. And that's the dangerous thing about fucking with a Taurus so much, like in a negative way. Because although it might hurt some of us at first when, like, you know, bad things happen or people do things against us, like it could happen at first. But you don't understand. I don't care if it takes like months or even years. When Taurus gets to that point where they get over it and they just don't care anymore, you're dealing with someone dangerous. Because that person no longer, like, that Taurus has to go through so much more to feel like pain is being inflicted on them. Okay? Guys, when I was young, like fresh out of high school, I went through something so terrible, like, you know, I'm a single parent for anyone that doesn't know that, but like, what I went through, I'm like, God, like, there's 60, 70-year-olds that haven't been through what I went through. Like, why did you allow me to suffer so much? Like, why did this happen to me? Why were my dreams taken away? Why did I lose everything? You know? Like, why was I so mistreated? And I always felt so bad for myself. But then I realized, you know, when I'm like, because this all happened around the time I was like 18, 19, 20. So I realized getting, like, you know, further into my 20s and my 30s, I'm like, I saw people that age just getting into situations like that. But I knew better. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm better than someone else. No, I'm not better. All right? I just suffered a lot sooner than some people. Okay? When it came to that certain thing. So I looked at something as like, oh my God, like, God hates me. But no. Since I was young, I've always asked God for so much. For a lot. I'm not asking for small things. So I realize now, I'm 35 now, that I had to go through such extremities because what I'm asking God for is extreme as well. So God said, if you want this, you need to be able to handle this, and I'm going to put you in the mindset. But I'm going to break your heart in the process. You are going to lose people that you love. That person that you think is your best friend is going to laugh at you. That person that you swore was going to be by your side is going to humiliate you and hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the wake-up calls come from so many places, but again, Taurus, it's because of everything you've seen. So with this Ten of Swords reverse, there's something that's trying to paint this illusion for you, and you're just sitting there like, oh my God, you fucking idiot. Like, I mastered that shit 20 years ago, and you could have been 10 years old 20 years ago. But you mastered it already, you know? So it's just, you look at something and it's like, yo, don't you understand I've been so hurt that what you're doing is laughable? If you know what's happened to me in my past, you wouldn't have even attempted this because now you look so stupid. This is a fucking walk in the park compared to what I've been to. So like Taurus, yeah, you went through a lot, but your armor is insane now. All right? Do you know how much of a flex it is for someone to take all their weapons, form them against you, and then, you know, you see all these attacks and weapons and things coming to you, and it's like right before it hits you, it just falls to the ground, and you're just sitting there like, that was cute. That was cute. All right, you really brought out the paint gun, and I've dealt with the fucking machine gun. That's cute, real cute. All right, so it's like, yeah, maybe people thought they got the best of you in the past, Taurus, but you are in a point now where it's like everything that worked against you was to build you to be this person that you are now, and people are gonna have to sit with the fact that they helped you get to helped you to get to your greatness. Because of how much they try to humble you, belittle you, and laugh at you. Okay, so everything's happening for a reason, and now you're not wasting no more time. You're getting to work. You're doing what you got to do. All right, you're crossing your D's, or your T's rather. You're dotting your I's. We have the Justice card reverse, so you don't even waste time on that. Like, let's say someone's like texting you, you're going to look at your phone, and if it's someone that's played in your face, if it's someone that owes you an apology, if it's someone that really tried to get one over on you, you're literally going to do one of these. Like, it's just, it doesn't mean anything at all. Like, any feelings you had towards something is out the window. Okay. People didn't know that they were low-key training you to be a fucking monster, to be a beast. And I mean that in the best way possible. Okay, because when you have a goal and you don't care what people think, you don't care what people say, things can't hurt you the way that they used to. Like, how are you not going to get what it is that you're working towards? Like, you've been prepared for this. All right, but you're not wasting your time on anything that's been unstable. Okay, so like, I feel bad because, again, guys, if someone owed you an apology, like, they fucked up for not giving it. Like, damn, you just hit the expiration date and Taurus is about to be on a new level. Okay, before maybe you weren't seen as a threat, Taurus, or maybe you weren't seen as somebody who was, in the game, but that's something that it's going to be a hard pill to swallow for some people, places, and things in the future, because you've made up your mind, and what your mindset is telling you is, I don't need this ever again. This isn't worth an apology. This isn't worth, like, oh, let's talk. Okay. And we have the Knight of Cups reverse. So yeah, there's going to be an energy that, like, really doesn't want you to, like, go anywhere. So it's going to say all this stuff, and not only do you not take that seriously, okay, but this energy isn't coming in genuinely. All right, so all this facade of, like, oh, Taurus, but look at this, but look at that, and I've changed, and blah, 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 and I'm sorry. No, it's still bullshit. All right, so if you're getting hit with some sort of, like, apology or, oh, Taurus, stay, like, it's coming from a very manipulative and untrustworthy place. Okay? It's coming from an energy, especially if it's a person, that this energy will, I guarantee you, it will play in your face again if you let it. Okay, so this is something like, just drop yourself. Don't be associated to it. All right? Everything is a frequency, guys. And I'm telling you, if you stay attached to whatever this is, don't be surprised if things feel like they're going downhill in life. It's because this thing has downhill energy, and that's none of your business. That's something, it's time to just stay away from it. Spirit is saying not to worry. Like, the worrying is over. The worst is over, Taurus. All right, things can't hurt you again. Okay, like, something has lost all its strength and power. So, like, I hope somebody enjoyed, like, their 15 minutes of fame with fucking you over, because now it's going to be a lifetime of misery. Was it worth 15 minutes? All right, so let's get some cards of advice, guys. Let's see what Spirit wants to say about this. And if this is resonating with you guys, okay, you guys can donate through any method below, or just write in the comments. Let me know how it resonates. Okay, and of course, my loves, if you need a personal reading, go on my website. If it is something that is very time sensitive, guys, or you just know that you're a very impatient person, all right, please get an emergency reading. Those come out within 24 hours, but please do not rush me if you don't get the rushed option, okay? All right, so let's see what is going on. All right, so we have the Moon card and we have the Six of Swords reversed. Okay. And guys, I also forgot to mention I have donation links and my Amazon wish list below in the description as well, if you guys want to surprise me. Bless the home, okay? All right, so we have the Moon card and the Six of Swords reversed. Okay, you woke up. Was it hard to finally see a certain truth? Was it hard to finally get to a certain point? Yes, but you did. And life is about to change drastically for you, Taurus. We have the Eight of Wands reverse and the Judgment card upright. All right, so Spirit is saying this is something where it's like you never want to go back to this again, Taurus. Okay, because this technically is saying, like, oh, it's a good thing that you're not messing with this now. But with that Judgment card next to the Eight of Wands reverse, it's like, no, never mess with this again. So if you guys blocked, like, an ex, a friend, a family member, whoever, okay, Spirit's like, don't unblock. Leave it like that, okay? Because with the World card, with you showing the world that you're finally done with this, you have something so amazing coming in. The World card talks about, yes, a chapter ending, but the beautiful thing, it also promises that the next chapter is going to be such a beautiful one for you, all right? Something just can't grow anymore, all right? You got to leave it out in the cold for you to be your best self, to be your highest self, and to bring all the healing that you need in your life. This is Spirit saying, let this be done for good. We have the Empress card, and something new is about to start for you guys. What'd I say? All right, with the Empress card, like, you've just planted some sort of seed. Something's about to come for you, and you're coming from a place where, again, Taurus, I see that you went through a lot. All right, but there's just something here that, you know, let's put it this way. If there was 20 people in a room, you included, that were dealing with what you were dealing with and left the room when they were finally done dealing with it, you were probably one of the last people in the room, if not the last. Something got way too much of your time. Something got way too much grace from you, and it broke you in the process. You trying to understand someone or trying to understand something only took away a part of you. In an area where you may have tried to help, you got heavily hurt. And that's why you have such a beautiful future coming in. One that you're very, very happy. Okay, there's some Tauruses in here that there's certain things that you've given up on in life where you're just like, okay, well, I won't find the love of my life. Whatever, that's okay. Okay, well, I'll never, be a millionaire or be able to, get my mom what she needs, but it's all right. We're just, grateful to be alive. Like, a lot of you are just like, okay, it's okay, and it's fine. I don't need it. And this is you about to wake up and Spirit being like, wait, what? Why did we give up on that? All right, so you chilled with the loser for a little bit, and now all of a sudden you're not worthy of these things? All right? The world, the community, people made you suffer, and now you're okay with that? Now you think that your life is just going to be a constant compromise and you'll never be happy? So life is about to show you the things that you guys thought weren't within reach anymore. Okay, but you have to believe that there's hope, and a big reason why this is coming is because of someone or something that you're not fucking with anymore. Don't do it. And you guys are going to be very successful. And if you're already someone that you consider yourself to be successful, it's even more successful. Okay, so you guys end up winning. You guys are doing the right thing. So Spirit is saying, stay on track because it only gets better. It's only up from here. With the Queen of Swords reverse, be a bitch if you need to be. All right? And guys, I don't mean this in like oh, you're walking in the subway and you trip somebody. Like, no, like, you're just an asshole. Like, no, you deserve to be handled if you're doing shit like that. I'm talking about if someone fucked you over and they're like, hi, Taurus, can we talk? I'm gonna come over on Friday, and just shut the fuck up. Get off my line. Click. Or you're not even gonna pick up. You know what I'm saying? But like, it needs to be done. All right? You being cold isn't necessary towards those who deserve it. And you guys know who deserves it, all right? You're not tripping a random old person while you're out in public. Like, no, fuck you if you do that. Like, absolutely fuck you. Get off this channel if you're a person like that. You know what I'm saying? But there are some people you gave too much grace. When you see them, throw that grace out the fucking window. All right? If you're going to make eye contact with this person, place, thing, whatever, I need you to give the look of death. I need you to humble somebody just by a look. All right? All that nice shit, all that, oh, they're probably going through something. Oh, I'm so understanding. Oh, I'm so hurt that they, yuck. Fuck that. Treat people right where they're at. Treat people where they put themselves in your life. All right? You guys have the discernment. Maybe there's certain things you might want to fix. All right? Maybe you have a sibling you haven't seen in a while, and at some point you'll reestablish that connection. Okay? Maybe there are certain things, but you guys know exactly who and what doesn't deserve to even speak your name. Okay, so what did being the bigger person get us? All right, I'm not saying go out and make a fool of yourself. Don't do that. Keep your head down, make your money. All right, but we're past that nice shit. All right, if somebody wants to stop you and try to humble you on the street, turn around and be like, you know what, bitch? I let this go for a while, but I have time today. I have time today. And humble them in front of everybody they're with. All right? So you know who deserves that. And you know who you were not giving that. All right? So if you guys get to a point where you can choose to be nice or you can choose to match the energy that was given to you, I hope you match the energy. And I hope that there's someone that needs to be humbled, that you humble. And again, guys, I'm not talking about doing this maliciously out of nowhere to people that don't deserve it. I'm talking about that person that went out of their way to laugh at you, to defame you, to make you feel like shit, to make you question your worth. Maybe it's time they start questioning themselves. All right? But again, guys, only do it where it's necessary, because some people do need to be put in their place. I love you guys. If you guys need anything from me, again, check out the description below this video. Take care, squad.